Hope you are doing great on this fine Thursday. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the nice weather that we've been having over here in Madrid, Spain. Just kidding. I actually want to talk about clay. If you haven't noticed, I've got my clay pin over here. I've got, the clay hat, the Series B clay hat edition that doesn't really go well with my outfit. So we will save it for the next video. But what I want to talk about is their new custom signals. And so what this means basically for founders, sales, marketing teams is that you are now, as a company, able to create signals that drive a constant competitive edge for your business, and you're able to capitalize on that competitive edge, before anybody does, should you be able to come up with it on time, right? Because in my opinion, everybody's going to start racing to, build these custom signals with tools like Clay, for example. And so just to give you the lay of the land, a couple of years ago, companies started using funding triggers in, their marketing, in their email copy. And so you'd be able to say things like, hey, notice that you raised this Series B. Maybe you're interested in my product. Or, hey, notice that, you just got a new job. Have you considered XYZ? Or, hey, you visited my website. So we've all been using the same triggers for the last few years, and it's worked, but now it's getting slightly commoditized. We're all kind of running the same playbook here, especially in tech, where, in the landscaping business, maybe they're not there yet, but in the tech world, everybody's using sales triggers and the same ones over and over again. And so what Clay Signals allows you to do is be a little more creative with the triggers that you use. But I'm going to also give you examples of use cases outside of sales and marketing that I really liked also, because we're looking at this from like a bigger picture as like a go-to-market intelligence tool rather than just like a sales and marketing tool. And so I've got some notes here. A couple examples. Imagine getting a Slack message every time somebody mentions your competitor's pricing on a sales call. And if you can get a notification every time a company gets a certain type of security certification. And if you could get a notification when somebody posts a complaint on Reddit about something that your product solves for. So think go-to-market intelligence on steroids, basically. These are all things that you'll now be able to track with Clay Signals. There's two real-life Clay examples that I really like of Clay clients. One of them is Vanta. And so every time a company gets SOC 2 certified, Vanta tracks this. Every time a website, a compliance page, Vanta tracks this. Every time somebody hires a secure job title, Vanta will track this. And so they are actually tracking when companies might need their product at a pretty granular level. And I'm sure that their competitors are not doing this yet. And so they're capitalizing on that time gap, right? Then we've got Cursor, which is another great example. Cursor is monitoring what people say about them on pretty much all the medias, them and their competitors, on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Reddit, pretty much everywhere. And this allows their support team, right, to jump in, customer success, to jump in before receiving a churning email of a user that's going to churn. They're able to jump in and address a complaint on the internet prior. Their product team can also get inspired about features, right, about development of features based on what users are saying online. And last but not least, their sales team, are able to find things that find different pain points that people are having and talking about their product online, and use this in sales and marketing. So it's not just sales, right? We've got other use cases too, which is what I wanted to get to. And so these companies basically stop playing everybody's game. They're now playing in their own league, which is amazing. So what does this actually mean for you, the watcher? It means that, you've got a time window to implement these things. If you want help from somebody who's been using Clay for the last couple of years, then, feel free to reach out. We've already helped companies like Cloudcapital, Enerco, Vermena find their go-to-market alpha, saving their teams hours a week, updating their CRM in real time by connecting it to live data sources, providing their sales and marketing teams with updated data, right? All of this while reaching out to their ICP in parallel. And so there is like an outbound element to all of this where we are generating leads for them, but we're also providing an intelligent solution, right? And all of this that, by the way, you get to keep, that you own. We build you all of this in your own Clay workspace. So I know this is a lot, and I know it isn't always straightforward to understand. So here's what I'm offering. One free Clay workflow to build for your company. And, we can just get on a call, see what works best, try to come up with something valuable for your company, and you get to keep it forever. My goal is to prove that there's value here before trying to engage with in anything. So yeah, curious to hear your thoughts about all of this and where you think this is going. Have you as a company found your go-to-market alpha? What are some signals that you're tracking that your competitors aren't? What are some signals that you'd like to be tracking? And again, if you think we'd be a good fit to work together, feel free to book a call. I'll build a free Clay workflow for you, and we can take it from there. Thanks. Bye.